गोपी जनवल्लभा गिरिवरधारी सोदानंदन व्रज यशोदानंदन व्रज यमुना तीरावनचारी यमुना संकीर्तन की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sakitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Mancha Galpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Everybody. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Mudiraye Nashtaprayeshva Badreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavatyuttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Hare Krishna. Very happy to be here at the Lotus feet of Sri Sri Radha Madhava at ISKCON, Baltimore. When His Holiness Gopalakrishna Maharaj once came to Pune, I was telling him about His Grace Neelamadha Prabhu. That Neelamadha Prabhu is a very wonderful devotee Maharaj and very welcoming. And Maharaj immediately nodded and said, everybody feels the same. He said, he opens the door to all Vaishnavas and encourages everybody. He is himself a surgeon, but he also acts as a transcendental surgeon as Lord Narasimhadev in that drama. Last time we did a retreat in Prabhuji's house. Prabhuji was telling that every year in Narasimha Chaturdashi you act as Narasimhadev and he acts as Hiranyakashipu, right now? So Prabhu is very enthusiastic preacher and along with his profession he is giving his heart to Radha Madhava service and taking care of all of the community here very wonderfully. As he was telling a few years ago, the youth outreach was paid a very special attention in this temple. I am just a visitor to the temple, I come twice in a year, but the devotees here are very wonderful. His Grace Sundaranand Prabhu, Harinam Kirtan Prabhu, Amshivadan Prabhu and Sundarachal Prabhu, many other book distributors and youth preachers in this temple. They are super enthusiastic. They are about 14 of them. And they all are actually cultivating the students coming here. And many of the students have come to 16 rounds. They are doing, we have about 25-30 students doing 16 rounds now, and it's going to increase eventually over a period of time. And Neelamadha Prabhu is encouraging them a lot. So they are also coming and doing seva in the temple, and so your future of your temple is very bright. People will continue doing many. So it's in Zoom, huh?
No, you can share with you. It's in Zoom.
It's in Zoom, I think, yeah. Okay. So today is the Bhadra Purnima, right? It's a very auspicious day. Because it's the Bhadra Purnima day, we should certainly discuss something about the Srimad Bhagavatam. We'll recite a verse from the Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam Puranam Amalam Yad Vaishnavanam Priyam Yasmin Paramahamsya Mekam Amalam Jnanam Param Giyate Tatra Jnana Viraga Bhakti Sahitam Naishkarmyam Avishkritam Tachinvan Supathan Vicharana Paro Bhaktya Vimuchyen Naraha. Please, want to read the translation, please?
Srimad Bhagavatam is the spotless Purana. It is most dear to the Vaishnavas because it describes the pure and supreme knowledge of the Paramhamsas. This Bhagavatam reveals the means for becoming free from all material work, together with the processes of transcendental knowledge, renunciation and devotion. Anyone who seriously tries to understand Srimad Bhagavatam, who properly hears and chants it with devotion, becomes completely liberated.
Yeah, please read this also.
Because Srimad Bhagavatam is completely free of contamination by the modes of nature, it is endowed with extraordinary spiritual beauty and is therefore dear to the pure devotees of the Lord. The word Parahamsamsyam indicates that even completely liberated souls are eager to hear and narrate Srimad Bhagavatam. Those who are trying to be liberated should faithfully serve this literature by hearing and reciting it with faith and devotion.
Yeah. So, as it is said here, the Bhagavatam is beyond the three gunas, sattva, rajas and tamas. So, therefore it is dear to the pure devotees of the Lord, he says. So, what is the meaning of Bhagavatam beyond the three gunas? We will discuss about that. See, generally, the Vedas, Puranas, they talk about both transcendental portion and non-transcendental portion. Like, for example, Ayurveda is a part of Vedas also. It teaches you how to have a good health. Similarly, there are metallurgy, there are talks about various types of material sciences within Vedas also. That is why we say there is a para vidya, apara vidya, avidya. Three types of knowledge. So, para vidya means transcendental knowledge. Apara vidya means material knowledge but within the Vedas, said in the Vedas. And avidya means jada vidya, that is learned by human beings by speculation. So, out of the three, the jada vidya is not very trustworthy because it is always changing. Like scientific advancement means better and better imperfect relative truth. That is scientific knowledge. Like one scientist met Srila Prabhupada and he asked him, Swamiji, why do you condemn this scientific knowledge? So Prabhupada was telling, can you confidently say this is the truth? Can you say that? He said, the truth we know today is more truer than yesterday. That much we can say, he said. And then Prabhupada asked him, can you say this will remain as truth forever? He said, that we can't say because tomorrow we may figure out something else. And then Prabhupada said, that means you are always in ignorance, he said. What you knew yesterday is updated today and what you know today will be updated tomorrow. So therefore, Srila Prabhupada said, this Jada Vidya is, Aroha Panth. It is down top. Whereas Srimad Bhagavatam is Avaroha Panth, top down. It is a revelation. It's coming down in the Guru Parampara. So, Lord Krishna gives to Brahma, Brahma gives it to Narada, Narada gives it to Vyasa, like that it is coming down. Whereas, like you all see, like this bulb is glowing here, how? Because it's coming from the electric pole. There is a hydroelectric power station. From there, it comes through the electric poles. Then you connect, then you get the light here. Correct, no? So transcendental knowledge is received in a dialectric line, like that. How do you know there is no loss of connection? If the light glows here, you can know that there is no disconnection. There is a connectivity. On the other hand, Avaroha Panth means down top. Imagine if there is a worm in a tree. It wants to find out where is the root. It crawls like this and comes here and says, this is the end of the branch, this is the root, it may think. But that's not the root. Root is elsewhere. So the Avaroha Panth is inductive knowledge. It's always speculative. So that is why it's Jada Vidya, we call it. It's only about dead matter. If you study dead matter, you study the material body, but you don't know anything beyond that. But Srimad Bhagavatam is Paravidya, but which means in Vedas also there are both type of knowledge, material and spiritual. So in the Srimad Bhagavatam beginning, you will read Vedavyas becoming despondent after writing all the Puranas, Vedas, Upanishads, Mahabharata, everything he completed. And at that time, he expressed some kind of dissatisfaction. It's a Leela only, because it's a literal incarnation. How he can be dissatisfied? But he did a Leela, pastime. For one reason, because this is something very important for devotees to know. Because there is a big difference between pious people and devotees. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur used the word pious materialist. Who is a pious materialist? There is Nastik, there is Astik, there is Bhakta. 3 levels of people. Nastik, everybody knows. Na asti means he thinks God doesn't exist. He thinks, Nastik. And Astik means he agrees that God exists. It is God who created this world. He has put me here. He is very grateful to God. And Bhakta, what is the difference between an Astik and a Bhakta? A pious person versus a spiritualist. The difference is, for a pious person, he is I-centered. Whereas a spiritualist is God-centered. That's the main difference. Like a pious person goes to any temple of any devata. He will close his eyes so that he can remember all the list that he has to show. What all he has to get. Oh God, give me this. Pass me the exam, or place me in a job, give me a promotion, or get me married, or we are married, we have no children, give us children, whatever. So he generally thinks that the temples exist only for us to go and ask for some benedictions. And God is very kindly standing there, and I can go and ask for the benedictions. That's what he generally thinks. These are pious people. Pious people are not bad. Pious people are much superior to atheists. An atheist is condemned because he takes everything from God and ignores God, or criticizes God or blasphemes God. On the other hand, pious people are certainly like good children of God. They recognize God's hand in life and they are obedient to Him, they bow down to Him. But their eyes are not fixed on God's greatness or His activities or God's life. Their whole mind is centered about whose life? God's life or their own life? Their own life. So such a pious person thinks that if I give some charity, or if I bow down to God, if I regularly visit the temple, God will take care of my problems and He will solve me. He will make my business better. He will cure my disease. He will solve my problems. So Prabhupada used the word called order supplier. He thinks God to be order supplier. Like that he thinks. And many people do business even with Balaji in India also. Balaji, if I get 5 lakh rupees, I'll give you 1 lakh. There are people who do that. It's very well known it is. And we are not against them. At the same time, we consider them like children. Bala Buddhi. But yeah, it's a childish intelligence, isn't it? But if one becomes more mature, then one can become a devotee. A devotee's intelligence, how does it work? A devotee thinks that ultimately Krishna is the controller of everyone and everything. He is like a supreme parent. You just love God and He takes care of everything. That's Srimad Bhagavatam. That's why it says here it is very dear to the devotees. So you will see that the devotee is dealing with Bhagavan, Krishna. And that is explained in the Srimad Bhagavatam. The only transaction between Lord and the pure devotees is love. Other than love, there is nothing else. In this world, you see there are 3 words used: Mitra, Bandhu, and Suhrit. Mitra means a social friend. Who is a social friend? People who connect with others with the motivation of getting something in return. They are called a social friend, Mitra. Generally, people make connections in this world with some intent in mind. Oh, I think if I connect with that politician, he may help me with this. If I connect with this rich fellow, he'll help me with that. People have some intention in connecting. And if they cannot get anything out of somebody, they will disconnect. There's no need, correct, no? And bandhu means blood relative. Blood relatives, you will see that they also feel some affinity because you are a blood relative. We stay together so that they will help one another. But Suhrit is a heart-to-heart friend. This friend never leaves you even at the time of death. At the time of death, all relatives, friends, family members, they may cry, but they can't come with us. The only person who accompanies us is who? Krishna, in the form of super soul. He is the Lord who is escorting us to the next body. He is with us at every moment. In the night, even when you are sleeping, He is watching. We may be fast asleep, but He is not asleep. He is always awake. He is wide awake. He knows your account of your good and bad activities. He knows what devotional service you are doing. He has a track of everything. It's called Sarvajna. It's all-knowing. And He is just waiting for us to turn to Him in devotion. But we are turning our back to Him and we are trying to become happy without Him in this world. So devotees of God are those who have turned towards the Lord. They are facing the Lord and they have allowed the Lord to steal their hearts also. That's why many times in Vrindavan, when people go, they get a t-shirt. I lost my heart in Vrindavan. You've seen that, no? So, those who are devotees of God, they give their heart to God. Why the heart? Somebody may give little money, somebody may give some piece of land, but if somebody gives the heart, you give everything to the Lord. You will see that Karma Yogis give their senses in working and offering fruits. Jnana Yogis use their mind to study scriptures and speculate about God. And Ashtanga Yogis, they give their intelligence to concentrate on the super soul in the heart. But Bhakti Yogis give their heart to God. When you give the heart, your intelligence, your mind, your senses all run with the heart together. Everything goes. So, here it says, first line says, Srimad Bhagavatam, Puranam Amalam, Yad Vaishnavanam Priyam. See, the word Amalam is used, that is what I was explaining now. There are two words, Mala, Amala. Mala means what? The Karmis, Jnanis, Yogis, everyone has their agenda. The Karmis think, I want to enjoy in this world. A Jnani wants moksha, so that he can enjoy in Brahma Jyoti, he can relax. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. You want to relax. And yogis also, they want some powers to walk on water, fly on sky. All the three have their own personal agenda. Karmis say, I want to enjoy here. Jnani say, they want to enjoy there. Yogis say, we want to enjoy siddhis. But Bhakta, what is Bhakta's goal? Bhakta's goal is to love and serve. That's all. And that is called Amalam. Amalam, Puranam Amalam. Therefore, Bhagavatam is the book which can not only take you from this world to that world. This is a world of exploitation and enjoyment. And that is the world of love and service. So if you want to go from this world to that world, Bhagavatam is the means. It's called the boat. In Bhagavatam itself, Narada says that. Etadatura chittanam matra sparshet chayamuhu bhavasindu plavo drashto haricharyanu varnanam. He says that Harinam and Harikatha, these two are the boats. They are comparative boat which can take you from this world to spiritual world. If anybody is keen to go back to spiritual world. But who will go to spiritual world? Those who want to love and serve the Lord. Often in India, many people don't know the difference between liberation and attaining spiritual world. Like moksha and mukti. What is the difference between the two? Moksha means you are out of cycle of birth and death. From negative axis to 0, that is called moksha. But mukti means muktir hitva anyatha rupam swarupena vyavasthiti. which means you go beyond 0, 0 to the positive axis where you engage in loving service to God. Is it same or different? Different. For example, somebody can arrive at Baltimore, but if somebody comes to Radha Madhava temple in Baltimore, that is special. Because one who arrives in Baltimore, he has arrived at Baltimore city, he may be roaming around. But imagine one of you went and gave him a book. He took a book from you, read it, and then came to Radha Madhava temple and became a devotee. Then he is getting personal association with Lord Radha Madhava. Correct, no? In the same manner, going to the 0, 0 is like Buddhists go to Nirvana. The impersonalists attain Brahma Jyoti, isn't it? Jains, they go beyond the wheel of samsara. Correct? But they don't enter the spiritual world. They are in a spiritual region, but they don't enter into the spiritual world. Who enters? Only those who are understanding the message of Bhagavatam, which is love of God. They enter. Therefore, in Bhagavad Gita, clearly Krishna says, Janma bandha vinirmukta padam gacchantanamayam. 2 steps he is saying. Having become free from the material world and having material influence of cycle of birth and death, such devotees of mine, they enter into spiritual world, he says. It's a 2-step process. 1 step is liberation from negative axis to 0, 0. And then 2nd step is going from 0, 0 to positive axis. So, let me tell you a simple example, which will be very easy for you to appreciate. Say if a husband and wife are quarreling, they are in negative axis. In 0, 0, say husband tells the wife, we are too much quarreling, you better go to your parents' home for a while. So she goes to parents' home, and husband suddenly realizes the importance of wife, because every day he has to cook himself. He is thinking, when she is here I quarrel, when she goes away I realize that I can't cook myself, it's becoming difficult. But at the same time both are peaceful, correct, no? Why peaceful? Because there is no scope to quarrel. Only when there is quarrel, there is lack of peace. So in negative axis, quarrel. Then you want Shanti, then you go to 0, 0. You go there, I am here, peace. But when they come and stay together happily, they have mutual respect, love and trust, then the positive axis. Then they live under the same roof, they tolerate each other, they are happy with each other, and so that is positive axis. You ask anybody, you want your family in which zone, negative axis or 0, 0 or positive axis?
Positive.
Correct, no? Positive axis. That's a happy family. Then you can put a board, home sweet home. People just put a board, whether it's sweet home or not, we have to evaluate. Isn't it? So, in the same manner, when a jiva turns away from God, he comes to material world, in this world, he's struggling. It's a negative axis. But when you go to Brahma Jyoti, you are in 0, 0. Why 0, 0? Because God is in Goloka or Vaikuntha, having great time with his pure devotees. But you don't meet him in Brahma Jyoti. Brahma Jyoti, you are only relieved of the suffering, which means you are still separated from God. Correct, no? Whereas when you enter into the spiritual planets, which Bhagavatam will teach us how to do that, there you have a direct face-to-face encounter with the Lord. There the real exchange of love is possible. That's why it's positive axis. So, this is very, very important point to know. I learned this only after coming to ISKCON. Before that I have been to many organizations which taught me how to shut the senses. They taught how to don't see bad, don't hear bad, don't speak bad. See, you should tell these 3 things to a person who is speaking bad things or watching bad things or, hearing bad things. But negating the negative is not the goal of human life. Negating the bad things is not the goal of human life. Engaging in the positive is the goal of human life. Like you should say that don't see bad, but see the beautiful Radha Madhava. Don't hear bad, hear some wise words which will uplift you. Similarly, don't speak bad, but speak in glorification of Lord. Or eat prasadam, correct, no? Don't speak vulgar words, don't speak falsity. So that you can say. So, giving up negative, giving up the bad thing is only from negative to 0, 0, 0. Engaging in the positive is very important. So, you will find creating a vacuum in a bulb is very difficult. But if you put inert gases like argon, xenon, krypton, they will drive out the oxygen, you will see. So, like Buddha taught, desire is the root cause of all evil, so you have to give up all desires. Imagine if you tell all the Baltimore Vasis, all of you give up all your desires and come to Himalayas, be desireless. Do you think many will be able to do it? How many can do that, isn't it? Maybe sometimes they go for a Vipassana meditation training program for a week or two, then they come back again, back to job again. You have to be busy. Basically, people go for Vipassana meditation. Why? So that they can, just calm their mind. People want. But again, you have to do work. So many of these impersonalists, Buddhists, Jains, and all these practices which they teach to negate the world, it is a very good philosophy, but it is not practical. It is not practically possible. And it is not gelling well with the original nature of the soul in the spiritual world. The original nature of the soul is not to run away from the society. Rather, live in the world. Don't isolate yourself from society, but insulate yourself. Insulate from bad things that influence the soul in a bad way. But you can engage in a positive way. So, let me give an example. Prabhupada says this. How many of you have played a sack race in your school days? Anybody know sack race? You have done that? Yeah. So in the sack race, you go inside a sack and you have to go on a running race. Initially I used to wonder, really, is it possible? But I myself did it later on. So you go into the sack and we run, and we also get a prize, first prize, second prize. That means even inside a sack, you can put yourself and run. But once the sack is removed, you can run even more faster. Similarly, right now we all are inside the sack of material body. But when the material body is removed, how much more you can be active? Is it not true? Nahi kashti kshanamapi, Krishna says, Jatu tishthatya karma krit karyate ki avashak karma sarva prakriti jair gunair. He is telling, my dear Arjun, the soul by nature is active and he cannot be inactive even for a moment. He is saying. That means the liberated souls are supposed to be super active. In Brahma Jyoti, are you active? No, you are only telling the soul what not to do. So, for example, if a child is taking a knife in the hand to cut sabji, you know that child will cut the fingers. You tell the child, hey, don't touch the knife. Then child goes to touch the fire, hey, don't touch the fire. So don't is very good. But you have to give something for the child as a substitute. Then he will not do the wrong things. Correct? Say you can give some. You give the child, take this kartal, you play this, then you'll be doing this, correct, no? Or you get a mridangam and give him, you start beating it. So, Prabhupada's father gave him a mridangam when the child's hand could not reach both sides. Father bought a bigger mridangam. He told his wife, so very soon he will grow up, and then he can play. So, you have to give a higher substitute to the mind. If you are going to tell the mind, no, mind will agree with no for a while, but after some time mind will protest. Mind will really scream. You won't be able to say no. In fact, this is a proven method by Stanford University research. Let me tell you what was that research. They took some 30-40 children, school children, they kept them in a classroom. They gave them all one plate of one marshmallow on the plate. They told these children, you can keep this marshmallow with you for 20 minutes and don't touch it, don't eat it. After 20 minutes, if you can restrain yourself till then, you will get 2 marshmallows. You can get to eat 2. Otherwise, you will get only 1. So those children who are staring at the marshmallow, who are picking in the hand and smelling it, they always ended up eating it. But those children who just kept the marshmallow aside, they were singing some song, they walked up and danced for a while and came back, then they got 2 marshmallows. That means those who diverted the attention to something positive, they could restrain their senses. Not those who are told to stop. So if you tell children, people, don't do this, that don't alone is not enough. We have to give them a higher engagement. In the path of Bhakti Yoga, the beauty of Bhakti Yoga, Bhagavatam teaches, is explained by very, very beautifully in one section. I'll show you that verse. Savai mana Krishna padara vindayor त्वचांसि वैकुण्ठगुणानुवर्णने करौ हरेर्मन्दिरमार्जनादिषु श्रुतिं चकाराच्युत सत्कथोदये मुकुन्दलिङ्गालय दर्शने दृशौ तद्भृत्यगात्र स्पर्शेऽङ्गसङ्गमम् घ्राणं च तत्पादसरोजसौरभे श्रीमत्तुलस्या रसनां तदर्पिते पादौ हरे क्षेत्रपदानुसर्पणे शिरो हृषीकेशपदाभिवन्दने कामं च दास्येन तु कामकाम्यया यथोत्तमश्लोकजनाश्रयारतिः. There is a great king whose name is Ambarish. About the great king Ambarish it is said, many of you men here working as CEOs or in big positions in your office, you will find this explanation of Ambarish very helpful, because he was a king who maintained his kingdom with a very cool head. Morning he would come to his palace, all the ministers would salute him and report about their activities to him. He would sabash, he would appreciate them, give a pat on the back, and then they would tell their plans and proposals. He would approve them. After hearing from them, then they all would be busy again in their activities. And then he would go to the temple of the Lord, where he could go, these are the things he was doing. One of you read this, what he was doing in the temple?
Maharaj Ambarisha was always engaged in mind in meditating upon the lotus feet of Krishna. His words in describing the glories of the Lord, his hands in cleaning the Lord's temple, and his ears in hearing the words spoken by Krishna or about Krishna. He engaged his eye in seeing the deity of Krishna, Krishna's temples and Krishna's places like Mathura and Vrindavan. He engaged in senses of touch, his sense of touch in touching the bodies of Lord's devotees. He engaged his sense of smell in smelling the fragrant tulsi offered to the Lord. He engaged his tongue in tasting the Lord's prasad. He engaged his legs in walking to the holy places and temples of the Lord. His head in bowing down before the Lord, and all his desires serving the Lord 24 hours a day. Indeed, Maharaj Ambarish never desired anything for his own sense gratification. He engaged all his senses in devotional service in various engagements related to the Lord. This is the way to increase attachment for the Lord and be completely free from all material desires.
Yeah. See, in Pune, we have a Bhaktivedanta model school. Our children in our school, they put up one very beautiful song. So all the children on the stage, they do action also. I use my eyes to see Krishna, like that they do action. See Krishna, I use my eyes to see Him. I use my ears to hear about Krishna. They dance also like this. So they say one sense like this. I use my eyes to see Krishna, I use my ears to hear about Krishna, I use my mouth to speak about Krishna. In this way, all the senses of Ambarish Maharaj were engaged in service of the Master of Senses, Krishna. This is called Rishikesha Sevana. So this is exactly what I was telling you, the positive engagement for the senses. He is not just shutting the eyes, shutting the ears, shutting the mouth. He is actually engaging all the senses in the Lord's service. This is the sure short way to transcend the material desires. For example, a householder naturally has the sense of touch. For example, a man is attached to wife and a wife is attached to husband, and parents are attached to children, children are attached to parents. We have that attachment. But if one gets the deity of the Lord at home and you bathe the deities, you dress the deities, you ornament the deities, and one will see that when husband, wife, children all are keeping the Lord in the center of the house, then one can rise above the material attachments. One's craving for material pleasures will minimize and one's spiritual attachment will increase. You are diverting your love towards the Lord, who is actually an eternal personality. The Lord is the everlasting person. See what happened to Ambarish by doing all these things. There is another verse which will come. See, in this verse about Ambarish Maharaj, it is said how powerful he became. Griheshu dhareshu suteshu bandhushu Dipottamasyandana vastushu Akshaya ratna varanambaradishu Ananta kosheshva karot asanmatim. See, it is said here. Read the translation.
Maharaj Ambarish gave up all attachment to household affairs, wives, children, friends, and relatives, to the best of powerful elephants, to beautiful chariots, carts, horses, and inexhaustible jewels, and to ornaments, garments, and an inexhaustible treasury. He gave up attachment to all of them, regarding them as temporary and material.
You can see that he didn't go to Himalayas. He is living in the midst of palace. He has wives, he has children, he has costly dress, he has jewelry, elephants, horses. In the morning he would go to the assembly. Ambarish Maharaj, pada rahe hain. Dhan, dhan, dhan. They would play. And people would shower flowers. Even with all this prestige and status and glory and fame and reputation and all these facilities which are mentioned here, he was completely prideless. He was a humble devotee. This goes to show you can be like a lotus in the midst of a muddy pool of water in this material world. I am completely untouched if you are a Bhakta yogi. A Bhakta can live in the middle of the world and not get spoiled. On the other hand, people like Vishwamitra going to forest and meditating, even they can fall down. Because they are not engaged in the service of the Lord. They are simply trying to get moksha themselves. But when one is engaged in bhakti yoga for the Lord, one's senses are completely connected to the Lord. Like you have seen this coconut, if you put it in water, after some time it will come separate. You have seen that? Kudu, kudu, kudu. What do you call that? Copra. Copra, you have seen that? It withdraws itself inside. So, same with betel nut also. Betel nut also, when it becomes dry, you can see like that. Similarly, in Bhakti Yoga, the more you advance, a stage comes, you become aloof from the world even while living in the world. Like Janaka Maharaj was a king of Janaka Videha, it is said. But what kind of king he was, if you see, he simply acted as a representative of the Lord. He wanted the people to be happy. He performed religious activities, pious activities. He gave charity. He was like a mother and father for all the praja. Because he was completely non-exploitative. He knew that everything belongs to God. Everything will be used in His glorification. And I am nobody, I am insignificant. I am simply one of the millions of servants. And in this way, that's the way he treated everybody. So you can see that we can learn how these great kings like Ambarisha, Janaka Maharaj and all engaged in Bhakti Yoga. So the Srimad Bhagavatam teaches us how you can be a woman, you can be a man, you can be a child, you can be a youth, you can be an old person, whoever you are. In whatever stage you are in, you have love of God hidden in your heart. Now, it is like a red hot coal covered with ashes. That you blow off the ashes, then you see that, hot coal. Similarly, the love of God can be awakened by most important activities, the Shravanam of Srimad Bhagavatam. When you hear this type of pastimes from the Bhagavatam of Ambarish and Yudhishthira Maharaj, Parikshit and great personalities, devotees, not only you relish that, you can also apply it in your life. Like Ambarish was in the midst of all these things. All of you, you are householders, you have your job, you have your household duties to do. Bhagavatam will teach you how, without pulling out of the situation, being in a family life, how you can prepare yourself to go back to God. That Bhagavatam is teaching you. So, therefore, one devotee used to say, कुछ छोड़ना नहीं है, जोड़ना है. Used to say that. You don't have to give up anything, you have to connect. The moment you connect to the Lord, everything becomes spiritual. Just like you put iron rod in fire, it becomes fiery. Similarly, you connect like for example, you build a house, you build a small altar for the Lord, give Him a place in your house, your whole house becomes sanctify. Every day you're eating food, give a portion of the food to God with love, then all food becomes sanctified. You're earning a salary, give a portion of your salary, 10% or something to God's service, your all money becomes sanctified. Correct now? Husband and wife are married. Now if husband and wife, both of them decide to chant and visit the temple, then the married life becomes sanctified. Like that, you see? Similarly, you want to beget child and grow. Don't grow the child as a materialistic fool. Grow him as a devotee of the Lord. Then your giving birth to your child has become sanctified. In this way, Ambarisha Maharaj and other great devotees, they all made their lives pure. They became worshipable by everybody in the world by Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti Yoga actually is a positive alternative which brings the soul back to his original nature. And it is not just negating the negative like many other paths. Many other paths are dry paths, whereas the Bhakti path is a very beautiful path. There are festivals celebrated. So one can come to this temple. Many of you are coming here already. If you're coming new, please keep coming. As I was telling you in the beginning of the class today, Nilamada Prabhu is very welcoming, and this temple is like a home for many, many devotees. You all can come here, take part in the festivals. And today is a very auspicious day to take the Srimad Bhagavatam. I will just show you one verse and I will conclude my talk. See, here it says, this verse says, all of you repeat this verse. Praushthapadyam Paurnamasyam Hema Simha Samanvitam Dadati yo Bhagavatam Sayati Paramam Gatim. Please read the translation.
If on the full moon day of the month of Bhadra, one places Srimad Bhagavatam on a golden throne and give it as a gift, he will attain the supreme transcendental destination.
See, what is the golden throne? Lord's lotus feet is the golden throne. Like we say, Jayatam Sarada Pangar Mamanda Madergati Matsarvasa Vadam Bojau Shri Radha Madana Mohanam Divyat Bandaranya Kalpadrumada Srimat Ratnagara Simhasanastau Shri Shri Radha Shila Govinda Devo Preshtalivi Sevyamano Smarami. So, the Lord stands on a golden throne. So if you keep the Bhagavatam at the feet of the Lord with a blessing and then you receive it from another devotee on the day of Bhadra, then he says, you will attain the supreme destination. So in Pune temple, many devotees heard this. They said, Prabhuji, this verse says you have to give Bhagavatam. But actually we want to purchase Bhagavatam for ourselves to read. If you buy and give it away, then how will we read? So this question was brought to me. And I gave a very deep thought to it. Then I suggested, okay, how many of you want to buy Bhagavatam? So there were like 200 of them. So I told all the 200 of them, buy a Bhagavatam and give it to one of your best friends. And the best friend will give one Bhagavatam to you also. That way everybody has got a Bhagavatam. That's what we did. So devotees came in pairs, two best friends came together. And then one friend would buy a set and give it to his friend, and then the friend would give. That way both of them got Bhagavatam. Because here it says, on the day of Bhadra, what should one do? One should give it as a gift to somebody. But don't be worried, you are giving away, you will also get one. That's what we did. And that most auspicious day of Bhadra Purnima is today, where you all are sitting already in the temple hall. You are so blessed to come on this auspicious day. When I said this in the Washington DC temple, immediately some 20 Bhagavatam sets went. Immediately. As soon as I announced it, they said, nobody said, we didn't know that it is Bhadra Purnima day today. And Bhagavatam is saying this, so many of them who didn't have Bhagavatam took it. Now Bhagavatam is coming in two sizes. One is a big size, thick one, that is 18 volumes. And the small size is 44 volumes. I find that very convenient because those who are students and all, you can just pick up one small volume, put it in a bag and take it. While traveling here and there, you can finish one volume, come back, put it back and then take the next one. In this way, you all will little by little complete reading all the Bhagavatam. And reading of the Bhagavatam is like a medicine for you. You will see that Bhagavatam itself says that it is a aushadhi. Bhava aushadat, shrotra mano viramat, it says. Just like if you are, what is the disease in this age? In America, right now, the disease is tension. People are in very much tension. They don't know the political situation, what will happen. I heard that the students passing out of colleges, they were allowed to be in America for 2 to 3 months before, till they can search a job or something, and so that H1B visa will be there. But now that is made into 1 month, I heard. You know that? Earlier it was 2 months, now they made it only 1 month. Similarly, many students have to go to India and then get that thing stamped, and then they have to come back. And they go to India and coming back, sometimes people are fearful. When they go to India, don't keep me there, and not letting me come back. There are a lot of tensions now, all across the country now. So, and people are unable to figure out a way how we can get relieved of the tension, because they're not getting sleep at night because of this. But Srimad Bhagavatam teaches us, Shoka Moha Bhaya Apaha, it says. You will develop such a confidence in the Lord that Lord is glancing at me, I am always sheltered, I am always protected. You will become fearless. Parshit Maharaj had to die in 7 days and he was fearless. Can you imagine? He says that, Thammo payatam pratiyantu vipra gangacha devi tati chittamishe nijopasishtas kuhakastakshako va dashatpalam gayada vishnu gatha. I am sitting in the bank of Ganges hearing the Krishna Katha from the saintly devotees, and he says, why should I fear? In 7 days, even if the death comes, I will be taken back home, back to Godhead. So, therefore, Parikshit is glorified. So, the Bhagavatam will make you fearless, it will make you free from lamentation, free from future fears, free from envy, nirvairam sarvabhuteshu, it says. So, how many of you here, till now you have not yet purchased Bhagavatam, but you are considering that you should have a Bhagavatam? You can raise a hand, let us see. How many don't have a Bhagavatam set with you? You have only Bhagavad Gita with you. 1, 2, 3. Many have Bhagavatam. You all have Bhagavatam sets. How many of you have Bhagavatam sets? Okay, good number of them have Bhagavatam sets. Okay. How many don't have? There are some people, there are some more hands up. Almost 10 of them don't have. Mataji's side, many don't have. Prabhuji seems to be all having, is it? Because some didn't raise for hand, both also. See, those who are raising hand, we are not forcing you to buy Bhagavatam. Just asking, how many don't have Bhagavatam? Be honest. You can say that, there is another 3, 4, 5 here also. So, today, is there some special concession today because of the Bhadra Purnima? Yes. You can announce that, Prabhu. So, because if there are concessions, some may take advantage of it.
On this day, we have $50 off the Bhagavatam.
Oh, you can tell that. Very good.
Yes. That's very important.
And if you are taking today, I can give one blessing which Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gives. It's called as Krishna Matirastu. I'll write in your Bhagavatam and I'll put my signature, I'll give it today.
Anybody can tell us beforehand, they can sign. We can offer as Prabhuji Golden Throne on Lord's Radha Mata's Lotus Feet. And 7:15, we can bring it out with Prabhuji's signature and get blessings from Prabhuji also.
Yeah, you can ask how many you want to take.
So how many would like to take? So we can have...
There is some hand up there.
2.
You can announce the names.
Yes. Prabhuji, what's your name, Prabhuji? Govind Prabhuji.
Haribo! Rohit.
Rohit Prabhu. And Mataji? Rachna? Mataji. Hare Krishna, Haribo. Thank you so much. So you can just get and we can offer to other mother after blessing, and then Prabhuji will kindly do that. Anyone else, would you like to give his blessings? What's your name, Mataji? Yes, Mataji? Pushkala Mataji.
Haribo!
And also, if you have Bhagavatam, what also Prabhuji we're doing is, South America is a big need of Bhagavatams there. So what we are doing, yes, Mataji?
Mataji will get 2. Kiran Mataji.
We'll get 2?
She'll get 1 set.
Haribo, Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. We're also sending South America. They're in need. There's like explosion.
They're very poor.
They're very poor. They have no money at all.
Correct, yeah.
So we are sending 100 Bhagavatam sets.
Wonderful. If anybody want to sponsor, they can.
Yes, if you would like to sponsor, those are much, it's going $150 for that. But we're sending, they were so thankful. They say, thank you so much. We've sent to like Mexico, Guatemala, all the places. They have no money at all.
You can tell them we can put the name and send the family name.
Oh, that's very nice.
Yeah.
Yes, so we can send, anybody like to sponsor for that, we can write your from this person sponsor, and then we can still do Radha Mata and you can get blessing on this day also for that.
Yes.
Hare Krishna.
Srila Prabhupada ki.
What's your name, Prabhuji? Naveen Krishna Das? Hare Krishna, Naveen Krishna Das. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Radheshyam Prabhuji. Time is, I wish we could go on this class like that. It's like a power booster for us, for Bhakti and so we're so blessed that you're coming here, giving blessing to college kids, they're getting such wonderful, wherever they be in the life, whether here or some other place, they'll always carry your blessing and teaching them everything. And we always get charged when you're here. So appreciate it, we come here, Prabhuji.
Thank you. Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki. Srila Prabhupada ki.